Today, we're making yarn dolls.
Some assembly required.
Hello, this seems like a fun afternoon project. We're going to make some cool yarn dolls. I have two different ways of making them, so we'll of course just go ahead and do both of them. First, we are going to make a yarn doll, sort of a tassel style, just with regular old yarn. And then, second, we are going to come back and make a different kind of yarn doll using spool knitted cord. So for this project, all you really need is yarn, a pair of scissors, and we're going to use a hot glue gun to glue on the googly eyes because we love googly eyes.
Yeah.
So, but that's really all you need. Woohoo! Awesome. So you don't need something like this lid thing that we have. You could also use a piece of cardboard. You could use your friend's hands. But sometimes your friend's hands get a little bit closer as they go. We're going to use this because it was round. But if you have something else that you would like to use, certainly go for that. What we're going to do with these is wrap our yarn around them. I'm going to go the long way because you can always trim to make it smaller. I might decide to braid the arms and legs.
Ooh, I'm not going to do that.
So that's why I'd like a little bit more to play with. So basically we're just going to wrap a lot until it's nice and fat. Because the more you have, the wider your arms and legs and body and all that stuff will be.
You don't want a skinny person. Oh, maybe you do.
Maybe you do. You might. I don't. It could probably be a little thicker, but I feel like I don't feel like wrapping anymore. So, when you decide that you're finished, snip off the end. Now, we're gonna gather it up at one end, which is why the lid is kind of nice because there's a little space that you can just throw a yarn underneath. So we're gonna stick our yarn underneath and tie a really tight knot, slide it underneath until I can find it on the other side. I got it. I was getting a little worried. It wasn't gonna come out. So you can tie it now, which I think we're going to do, or you can slide it off first. I would rather tie it now so it's not flopping all over the place. This might be one of those ones where you might want a buddy. So pull as tight as you can. And buddy will press down until you tie at your leisure. No, they're not. There we go. Great. All right, buddy. Ready to press on mine?
Sure.
Did I tie you to my thing?
No.
That's good. That's good.
So now you just cut the ends?
I'm going to leave the ends because they're nice and long. They get in the way later. You can trim them off. All right, now, before you bend this permanently. Okay, so you've got your yarn in sort of a circle. You've tied it up at the top, so you'll cut it down here at the bottom.
All right.
So, unless you have spectacular scissors, which I believe mine are upstairs. Ooh, boy. I may need to cut one yarn at a time. It doesn't have to be perfect because, you know, we can trim it at the end. Why don't you get any work done, Kathleen? Well, let me tell you. At this point, you decide, do I want my creature to have hair the same color as its body or a different color of hair? I think I'm going to go with a different color of hair.
Me too.
I just think it seems cooler. So,
Actually, yeah, I'm going to.
Try to separate your yarn into your two pieces so that it's just tied in the middle. You can set it aside a little bit. Then red hair. So if you want shorter hair, you can go around your hand. But I think, let's try to go short ways across these.
I don't know what color hair I want though. I think I want something darker than my purple.
Darker than your purple. Okay, well, let's take a small trip to the yarn cabinet and we'll be right back. So when you've wrapped your hair and you're satisfied with the thickness, I guess, give it a snip just like before and cut a slice of yarn to tie it together at one end, just like before. Awesome! And then you slide it off and snip the opposite end. So now you take, oh boy, you take your hair bundle and line it up right next to your body bundle.
Body's.
You can lie it down on the table. And take a piece of yarn from your body color and slip it underneath.
And then tie it?
Yes, you could also be clever and put the yarn down and then put your bundles on top.
Yeah.
But I've chosen not to do that.
Can I have a buddy finger?
Yep. Just gonna tie them together with another double knot. I'm not gonna cut these because they'll just blend into the body.
They do blend in.
Yeah. If they annoy you, you can snip.
Ta-da!
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie her hair into a ponytail, maybe, and get it out of the way. I'll get some elastics to get their hair out of the way. So if you have something like that, if you have an elastic or just tie a bow around it, that will get the hair out of the way for when we work on the body. And if you want a ghost with a weird bun, you're done. But if you don't, then carry on. All right, I'm going to lay it out. Okay.
Ponytail!
They actually look really cute with ponytails, so I'm excited about that. Okay, now we are going to need a piece of yarn, maybe 8 inches to a foot long, in the body color. So the next step is figure out why do I have 2? How big you want their head to be. So somewhere around the neck area, you will put your yarn underneath. Mine is of course going to be massive because that's fun. And tie it really tight with a double knot. You can tie it sort of loosely at first to make sure you like where it's going.
I think it needs to be a bigger.
And then also if you notice that, you know, a piece of yarn is sticking out funny, you can kind of comb it a little bit and fix it.
And you don't even have to trim the edges because they blend right in.
That's right. So I'm going to do it here. So now you have a ghost with a head. Yay!
Ow,
which is kind of great. Look at my hair. The next thing that we need to do is separate out the arms. So you want them to be similarly sized. That will make it a little easier for you. They don't need to be perfect, but kind of similar. Now we'll do the waist. So you'll take a piece of your body color, find the waist, and tie a string around it. One for me, one for you.
I don't think I want a string. I think I just might have
just a dress.
dress.
That's cool.
It's also funner to play with, like
Yeah.
like that.
So Lily might just stick with the dress. I'm going to have
Legs.
legs.
Maybe I can have a waist and a skirt.
Yeah. Now, there are 2 different ways to make the arms. You can... Oof! Head's heavy. You can tie a knot at the elbow and then a knot at the wrist, and there you go. Or you can braid them. I'm going to braid mine.
Me too.
So, let's do that. Ta-da! So to make the braids, we just divided the arm sections into 3 pieces and braided them together. Now, you'll notice that she's got some funky hands going on. If you like that, keep it like that. If you think it looks a little too scarecrow for you, you can trim it so that they're similar. Now, the next thing that we're going to do after we're satisfied with our hands is, if you want legs, basically we'll do the same thing with the arms. We'll just separate the skirt, I guess, into 2 equal pieces. Braid them together again.
And I gave mine a belt.
Nice. And so is yours going to just wear a skirt?
Yeah.
Nice. So if you want it to just be a skirt, then you're basically finished and you just have to trim. So let me braid these guys and we'll see what they look like.
I think it's time for eyes. Because I can't see.
Yeah, who said that? What? So we will take our gigantic googly eyes. Oh no! Oh boy. And glue them on. So what I'm going to try to do is glue sort of across a couple different strands so that the eyes are not just sticking on one little yarn.
Good idea.
See how that goes. I love big googly eyes.
Yeah, big googly eyes are the best.
Fabulous.
I gotta take her hair out of the ponytail.
Oh boy. Yes. I feel much better. Oh, I like that their heads go like this.
Yeah.
A little creepy, but that's okay. So you could put a little bow up here and have their hair be all wacky. Could be back. You could braid it. Ooh, you could braid it with pipe cleaners on the inside, and it could be like Pippi Longstocking. Could be wings. Cool. I quite like these. All right, next we will do the ones with the spool knitter, French knitter cords. They're also really cool.
Yeah.
So this one requires a spool knitter or a French knitter or a knitting Nancy. Hey Nancy, thanks for helping. If you don't have one or you don't know how to use a spool knitter, French knitter, whatever, they're like, I have like 5 billion names. It's very hard to pick just one. If you don't know how to use this thing, or if you don't have one, you can check out my other video about these guys. I will teach you how to use one and how to make one. So check that out. What we've done first is made 2 lengths of cord. I'm gonna call it cord. I have put pipe cleaner in mine.
And I have not.
So that'll be the difference between them. Mine are 9 inches long and about 12 inches long. Lily's are like 8.5 and 9.5. They're a little bit closer. So we'll see what that is like. But they can stretch out. So I'm going to cut a length of the red yarn.
Like here? Or
like a foot long-ish. Now what we're going to do is tie the top of the head together and also give it some hair. For this, you just have to figure out how long you want your hair to be. You can always trim it later. I'll wrap it around my hand, and then that will just be how long it is. So wow, that's probably more hair than it's gonna need. I wasn't paying attention. Then, I'll tie it first. So, it doesn't have to be perfect. Make sort of a donut of hair.
All right.
And then, cut a length that you can tie around. So take your string here, take your extra yarn, put it through your donut. I'm hungry.
Me too.
And then we'll tie it at the top. So just a double knot. And then you can cut it at the bottom. Ta-da! And you can give it a little trim. You can give a better haircut later. This will be fine to start with. Okay, now we will attach the hair to the top of the head at the same time as we tie the entire head together. So we will stack our pieces. So we have our 2 pieces of cord.
Short one on top.
Short one on top. Try to find the middle. I'm saying it's about there. You can lay out your yarn underneath them, right in the middle, as far as you can tell. Great. And put the hair on top. So you've got hair and
short
like
one. Oh, like this.
Now, we're going to tie our loose thread around this whole bundle. So you got the hair bundle and
the short one and then the long.
The short one and then the long one.
And now I cut the ends?
Yep. So make sure you have got a good solid double knot. You can trim the ends. You got this so far. Don't worry. We're not done. Yep. Next, we'll take another length of yarn. I don't know, 8 inches long. Basically what we're doing is just making sure that all of our pieces are facing down. Yep. And then we figure out where the head is. I'm saying there-ish. So for those of you who can't tell, that's about 1.5 inches. Tie it to make the neck.
I'm gonna tie it. I'm gonna not double knot it first and then see if it looks good.
Oh, sure, that's a good idea. And then once you have a good knot, snip it. Now, if it's going to bother you to have a tiny little bit of yarn sticking up, which you can't probably see on the video, just make that the back. That's fine. Now, one more piece of yarn to make the waist. I'm going to give him probably a high waist, maybe 1 inch down from mine, so that it can have nice long legs, because I think that that's funnier anyway.
Yeah, long legs are funny.
And another double knot. Now, because I have put the pipe cleaner inside my little spool cord, I can move the arms and legs and make it do crazy stuff. And also, I can kind of open up the body just a smidge to make him a little bit less skinny. I can kind of fluff him up a little bit.
I think that's a little too
Probably do the same thing for the head. Don't want to go nutty, but ta-da! His legs are definitely not the same length, but whatever.
Mine aren't either.
That's fine. Now you could also style his hair. You could make it be braided or give it sort of a ponytail on the top, but mine is very happy to be wild and crazy.
Yours is weird.
As you would expect. Now, I feel like we could just give him some eyes. Different size eyes? Yeah.
Of course. Oh my.
This is what you should come to expect from me. Ta-da! Hi! Hi there! Oh.
Oh.
Hey. Hi.
So, having the bendy was definitely good.
It's kind of cool. It makes it sort of more, yeah, more firm. Keeps it all together. So that's fun. They're pretty cute. I'm sort of impressed.
Yeah.
I think these are much bigger than the ones that I used to make as a kid, but that's okay. And they definitely have bigger eyes, and that's fantastic. So you should definitely try these, especially these guys. They take absolutely nothing more than googly eyes and yarn and scissors.
Yeah.
And some patience. But really, they didn't even take that long, did they?
Yeah, they didn't take very long.
Was it fun?
Yes.
Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
I also had a good time.
And to come out with these really cute dolls.
Yeah, look at them. They're so cute.
Hi.
If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Try to make these because they're super fun. Tell a friend. If you like this kind of video and you are not subscribed yet, what? You can do that right underneath the video. Click the all notification button so that you don't miss anything. New videos come out on Tuesdays
And Saturday.
so stay tuned. And until the next video, be awesome, make some dolls, and we'll see you then.